Mr. Samuels here with a discussion of erutalcnemoN. Wait, what? Is that even a real word? Why is the N capital? Oh, I see. It's nomenclature backwards. I get it now. So previously we were learning how to write names of compounds if you were given the formula. Now we're going to learn how to write the formula if you're given the name. So to do this, we have to make sure we look at which ions are present. Remember, everything is two things from your valence sheet. And we're going to add subscripts until the total valence equals 0. Now, of course, that doesn't include two nonmetals. Those bond in a different way. So, for example, here, potassium is a metal. You look on your valence sheet. The symbol is K. Now, sulfide, hey, wait a minute. I think I remember metal, nonmetal ended in "ide." So sulfide comes from sulfur, just plain S. So we have the two ions present. Now we got to add some subscripts to make the valences balance. Take a look on your valence sheet. Potassium's +1, sulfur is -2. So those do not balance. The potassium side is going to need another potassium +1 ion, 2 atoms of potassium for every sulfur in order to get the total valence balanced out. So the formula for potassium sulfide is K2S. Let's do another one. Calcium nitrate. Now remember, those 8 comes from polyatomic ions. That's not a change there. So we don't want nitrogen. Look for nitrate on your valence sheet. You'll see that's NO3. Calcium, Ca. So this is a metal and a polyatomic ion. If we're going to write those formulas, we start with the Ca and the NO3. But notice, since calcium's +2 and nitrate's -1, we're going to need 2. That's what the subscript outside the parentheses is all about. Nitrate atoms ions in order to balance the calcium. Let's look at another one, ferric oxide. So ferric is iron 3, Fe. Oxide is just O. In order to balance those, we're going to have to realize ferric is +3, but oxygen's -2. We're going to need then to get +6 and -6 in order to get these to balance. We're going to have to put subscripts on both. Next, we have sulfuric acid. Now remember, acids start with H, but if there's no hydro, that's an acid with a polyatomic ion. So we're not just looking for sulfur, we're looking for, remember that rules for polyatomic ions, look in your notes, adic-itis. So sulfuric comes from sulfate, H2SO4. Okay, we have 2. We needed to add this subscript because H is +1. That came from the word acid. Sulfuric is sulfate. That is a -2. That's why we needed 2 +1s to balance that. This 4 came from sulfate from the valence sheet directly. All right, last one, triphosphorus pentanitride. Sounds like a dinosaur or something. These ones sound weird. Usually when you see those weird ones with prefixes, mono, di, tri, etc., those are two nonmetals. So the valence is not going to add up to 0. You simply take the element, phosphorus, P, and the prefix tri, that means 3, and write subscripts. Nitride is nitrogen. Remember, ide is just the nonmetal, N. And then penta is 5, so we put a 5. Done and done.